So as we begin and you think or not think about the title of this session, you can begin to wonder exactly what it is that means to you. Does it mean comfort? Does it mean relaxation? Does it mean listening attentively to the sounds of your own thoughts now? Or does it mean something not yet mentioned? Now I don't know. I can't possibly know exactly what a deeper level of meaning and relaxation and comfort might mean to you now. I do know that all hypnosis, including this moment for you listening to the sound of my voice right now, is in fact self-hypnosis. And sometimes some people like to say, well, your recording couldn't make me do something. For example, it couldn't make me close my eyes down now. Which is absolutely true, by the way. Because I know that you can't make me close my eyes down now, can you? So there is simply no way that you or I can be made to do that. Not across the distance of time and space, and the changes of seasons, from day into night, and night back into day. All of those moments of time that exist between where I am right now, in this moment, and wherever you are right now, in your moments in life, and space, and time. And to think about that distance now, which is between us, which might be near, or it might be far. It can be something like the distance between what you truly, truly want for yourself and what you can imagine you might achieve, which might be great, or it might be so easy to imagine now, as you continue to relax down deeper. So just allow me now to give you a simple suggestion, a basic suggestion, such an easy suggestion that you can continue on with in your own imagination as I continue to talk to you. Because I'd like you to just use the very smallest part of your mind's attention to picture a set of letters. And you can make those letters mean something special to you if you like. For example, the letters of your full name. And those letters, as you see them going forwards or backwards, it's really up to you. And as you picture now the first letter of your name, you might just see an enormous letter in your mind's eye, so huge that it takes up your entire vision. And now just give that letter a colour, red or green or purple, or some other colour, your favourite colour. And so now as I continue to talk, and as each and every word I say to you relaxes you deeper now, you can simply allow your mind to progress comfortably through those letters, the letters of your name, for example, and let each letter, as they change and you move on to the next letter, each letter in succession moves just a little bit further out towards the horizon of your vision, until by the time you have finished, the very last letter of your name can just disappear over the horizon entirely. And with each passing letter, you relax even more. And if you like, you can time each passing letter with an exhalation of your breath, so that you breathe out and one letter fades away, and you breathe in and that new letter appears just a little further away from you now, and you breathe out again and that new letter fades away, doubling your relaxation with each and every passing letter. And so as you just let your deeper mind's activity continue with that comfortable task, just playing away in the background of your attention, I can still talk directly to your conscious mind, which remains in complete control of your behaviour. And as we were saying, isn't it true that no one controls your actions except you? And no one can logically deny that you are the one who is completely in control of you. You are the one who is in control of your own breathing right now, which you might choose to use as a further relaxation for you, just lengthening each and every breath. So isn't it nice to relax further with that knowledge, or to reaffirm to your own sense of subtle anticipation now of what you might achieve within the next little while? Because you do have a choice before you now, a choice for both your conscious, rational mind and your subconscious, imaginative mind. A choice that brought you here in the first place, didn't it? In the form of a brand new hypnotic adventure, which this time around, like all times around, might remind you of the smooth hands of an old-fashioned grandfather clock, moving around, slowly ticking and talking, and those hands positioning themselves just slightly lower and just slightly slower, and those hands moving 1 inch at a time, less than an inch, and all of that subtle, slow moving down and around. How similar is that now to the slower moving directions of your new journey here? And if your deeper, relaxing mind is now fading those letters far, far away, and if your deeper, relaxing mind is allowing you to move even deeper into calmness and comfort, just let yourself know now that if you lose your place, or forget which letter is which, or where exactly you were in order, forwards or backwards, that's completely fine now, because you are relaxing more and more and more, perhaps deeper than you have ever relaxed before, as each and every muscle and nerve and fibre in your complete being gives up its tension and just relaxes. And isn't it true that there is still that part of you that can also just wait just a little bit more before you completely begin your full adventure now? And it's fine to just hold back just a little, because before you are really, truly very deeply relaxed, there are some words that are worth listening to, words that might just bring just the smallest smile to someone's face, or words that might bring just a gentle feeling of warmth to some other person's heart, or words that might bring for another person a reminder of how incredibly good it can be to remember the calmness of a single moment of total peace. Because can you remember? Has anyone said these words to you in a very long while? Or in your recent short whiles of days and evenings? The words, "There is nothing for you to worry about right now," because there is nothing for you to do. And at the moment, nobody wants anything from you. Nobody expects anything from you. There is nothing at all for you to do except to now completely relax down and go deeper now, deeper, deeper down, where you can remember warmth and comfort and love and happiness. And as you relax and breathe deeper, you know that if something should need your attention, then you will simply open your eyes and get up and attend to it. But for the present, you can just relax as much as you can. And for the present, you can just let go as much as you can. As any other noises which you hear, like traffic or aircraft or people far away, well, you will simply use those noises as a signal to go even deeper now, and deeper into calmness and relaxation. And any noises which you hear, you will use in order to get as far away from those other noises as you can, and become more and more remote, more and more distant from those noises. Because if you hear any noises that aren't exactly my voice, well, then you will just concentrate even more on my voice and allow all other noises to fade further and further, far away into that background. And so now, as you are becoming totally relaxed, and you continue to go even deeper with each and every word I say to you, it's probably nice to know that we did take just a long little while to reach this point of wonderfully calm transformation, didn't we? Because I might have easily just asked you, could you close your eyes now? And then tell yourself when you can no longer open them. That's a fine, faster way into trance for some people. Or can you imagine a flight of stairs now? A beautiful, carpeted, plush, inviting, comfortable, ornate set of stairs leading down, down, down into the basement of your deeper mind. Because that's also an easy way for us to go deeper into those calmer states of being. And maybe you can recall previous states of total relaxation or trance like that for you right now. And that's all completely fine. But for us as deeper and advanced seekers of inner knowledge, well, we're going to do something just a little different now. And as you continue to relax and move deeper, moving down those stairs if you like, and I don't know, they could be 10 stairs or 5 stairs, 4 stairs, 3 stairs, deeper, deeper, 2 stairs, or 1 stair. Completely calm and wonderfully relaxed now, and ready to receive that slightly more interesting part for you that can take you even deeper into your deepest hypnosis experience. And with that part of you that likes to imagine and daydream, perhaps you can imagine right now, before you, in your subconscious, creative, imaginative, emotional, visual mind, a beautiful sandy white beach, that familiar seaside scene, with that familiar smell of the ocean air. And you are walking forward now along that beach pathway, across the warm summer sand in your bare feet, completely safe and comfortable, as the warmth of that summer sun touches down on your skin and your face and across your back, relaxing you in each and every way. And as you walk and inhale the freshness of the perfectly pure seaside air, you feel wonderfully good, and know that you are free to move in any new direction. And as this time moves on, so do you now. And as the huge glowing orb of the yellow sun dips down across the blue horizon, so too are you moving down deeper and deeper into comfort. And now you find yourself walking down a relaxing forest path in the midst of enormous redwood and oak trees, or your favourite trees, as their autumn leaves fall down gently onto your shoulders. And in front of you, each and every fallen leaf seems to glow just a little, as if inviting you onwards and forwards, calling you towards some important destination that you can't quite know just yet what lies ahead, but you do know that you are being called deep within yourself, your very deepest self in the basement of your true identity. And just that subtle, soft voice within you, beckoning you forwards to just discover a little more down this particular pathway. And the smell of those trees and the feel of the leaves is so relaxing. And as you go even deeper now, you find yourself looking down at a ground of pure whiteness. And as you step slowly onwards, each of your steps now leaves an imprint in the white ground. And you realize now that you are walking forwards across the whitest of white pure snow you have ever seen. And as that crisp air caresses your face, as you remain calm and relaxed, you are perfectly safe in this winter wonderland, as that beautiful, glistening snow falls down around you, those gentle snowflakes just landing and touching your skin. And as each one does, it sends a wave of relaxation down far deep within you. And as you continue moving forwards down this winter path, always listening to that subtle voice, perhaps calling your name from within and from without, there is that something in the distance beckoning you still, as some higher parts of this universe, or your internal universe, call you forward. And as you look up again, you realize the snow has disappeared, and the afternoon sky has now taken on a golden hue, as the orange light of a new sun shines down upon you. And you are on a new spring pathway now, as the greenery of the sloping hills around you relaxes you down. And down you walk along this pathway filled with blossoming flowers and that green grass along this beautiful hilly countryside. And you continue gently moving down further and further along this gently winding path. Perhaps even there are cobblestones beneath your moving legs, and the feel of those smooth stones massaging the soles of your feet gently with a special power of warmth and energy and relaxation. And some of these stones are even slightly glowing stones, as they subtly light the way before you, as the spring sun lowers itself down completely now, and as the dusk disappears into a comfortable, cool night. You are moving in a new direction now, no longer forwards and down, but backwards now, backwards into an inviting darkness of that cool night. And as you remain safe and secure in every way, it feels like you are moving backwards into a new land and a new dimension, backwards into this safe and secure darkness, and it feels so relaxing, so completely calming. And you now feel the safest you have ever felt before, reminding yourself of that absolute safety. And you know that you can return to this place of complete and utter safety at any time that you choose, and from now until the end of your days, the rest of your days, these restful days, as the enveloping darkness holds you safety in all dimensions, across time and space. And whenever you are ready, you can move towards an even deeper pathway now. And maybe you can see for yourself the glowing outline of a new doorway, a mystical doorway down here, your very own doorway into the most incredible parts that represent your highest self, beyond which are the answers to the questions you may have been seeking, beyond which is all possibility and every possibility to be as you imagine it and as you choose. And as you move and stand before this doorway now, you are ready in this place to move beyond. And as you choose to do so, you pass through this glowing, dimensional, interdimensional door. And you now find yourself on an incredible bridge, an ancient stone bridge made up of those glowing stones. As each and every colour of the rainbow passes across the length of this bridge, you look up and beyond and see that there is at the end of this bridge an equally ancient castle of those glowing stones, those subtly glowing stones at the end of this bridge. And this magnificent castle is in fact your very own castle, your forgotten realm, your ancient home away from home, and the giant expanse of your own past and present and future, the most magical castle you could ever see, with walls and windows and ramps and flags and iron gates and green hanging vines and majestic trees and courtyards and winding pathways with flowers and plants and shrubbery, and those buildings of incredible carpentry and stone masonry, and the amazing architecture, both up and down, and most special of all, those secret chambers and hidden doorways into magnificent rooms only you can know about, because this is your castle. And as you step across the glowing bridge and pass beneath the giant walls of the main gate, you know in your heart of hearts that your true higher self resides somewhere within this castle, and you can once again hear that subtle voice calling your name from that direction. And so as the beautiful gardens and old trees, and the new trees and old gardens pass alongside you, you turn down that particular street and that particular pathway, moving down that particular stairwell. And as you do, you find yourself entering a new building, what seems to be the very oldest building in the entire castle, both new and old, simultaneously old and new. And you are now looking up at the expanse of the interior of this magical building, with its wide open ceiling, with the most incredible artwork and paintings and murals that you have ever seen, multi-dimensional styles that seem to blend and merge all of the history of painting and art and impression at once, from Egyptian runes to Renaissance frescoes. And around you, those marble statues and rich tapestries, as the walls themselves have every possible shining gem and colourful tile and scenic depiction which only the masters of art themselves could conceive and imagine. And yet you are conceiving and imagining these now. And each and every piece belongs to that deeper part of you. And each and every artwork contains within it a different sense and a different meaning for you, from where you have been to where you are right now, to where you are going. And just by looking at each work, you realize that you can change the shape and the order and the color and the style and the period of each and every object completely at your whim and as you choose. And as you continue on, walking gently across the ornate carpeted rugs, truly at home in your mansion, you notice now a series of silver mirrors, those mirrors side by side, and as you move to look into each one, you see a different depiction of your own face. And in each mirror you see yourself in different attire, different clothes, different uniforms perhaps, and different dress, each mirror reflecting a different part of yourself back to you now, a different role, or even a different lifetime. But each and every reflection now has an important meaning for you, and some of the mirrors have no reflection at all, but instead show to you a series of images, or bring to you a different feeling. And each one might even sound out a note of music to your deeper self now, or the sounds of something else entirely, something that is meant for your deeper mind to understand in its own way now. And time here in this place seems without dimension, just spending the time to understand each and every meaning and private lesson. As clocks on the chamber walls move only as you want them to, forwards or backwards as you choose, and all the time relaxing deeply in this private retreat. And as you continue to imagine and drift and dream inside your castle walls, you notice now a new light that you had not seen before. Something glowing on the floor in a corner of your chamber room. And as you move closer to this light, you see that it is a glowing white light from beneath a plush rug lying on the floor. And as you bend down to pick up, slowly picking up the corner of that rug, you find beneath it the outlines of a cellar door in the floor, with that silver handle that you can so easily pick up and hold in your hand as the edges of the glowing door illuminate with that white light. And once again you can hear that subtle voice calling your name. Down, down, below that door, inviting you further below to discover, if you will, even more of the secrets of your ancient castle. And when you are ready now, you can even observe yourself as you reach down and grab the clasp of that handle and pulling and opening that door upwards now. And as that shining white light fills your eyes for just a moment, and as your vision adjusts, you find yourself now stepping down and down, moving around and downwards as you descend a narrow circular stairwell, an ancient stairwell, a stairwell that spirals down and down, and as you step deeper and deeper, all the time hearing that subtle voice and feeling that compelling pull of something very, very special to you. And as you reach the bottom stair, you are now in a smaller and much, much older room, because this is indeed the oldest room of the entire castle, almost older than time itself. And this room has existed for all eternity. And within this room is a series of ancient books and parchments, and tablets and markings. And you recognize this room as your own ancient library. And looking around at each and every scroll and drawing and record of time itself, you realize you have before you the entire depth of all knowledge across the universe. And it is so easy now, so wonderfully easy to access whatever it is that you choose to know about yourself, and about how it is that you truly want to be, and where you truly want to go, and how you can so easily get there as you choose. And it feels so wonderfully good to be able to place your hands upon any record you choose, any ancient book, any ancient scroll, all of these records, because such is the power of this room for you, and such is your power in this room. And as you sit down in the middle of your most secret library, upon a comfortable chair now made exactly for you in the center of your room, and as you gaze around at the endless volumes of ancient knowledge before you, you hear once again that quiet, subtle voice. And now, in this special place, with your own ancient self present in this room, you see in front of you now the speaker of that calm, subtle voice. And as a figure appears to you, you see this figure also seated in his or her own chair, just a little ahead of you now, seated and facing back towards you. And as this figure raises his or her head, you behold now the ancient and kind face of someone who you know and recognize in your deepest mind to be the keeper of the castle. And this figure you recognize is to be your very highest self. Because this figure, this keeper of the castle, is the physical and spiritual and emotional and intellectual representation of your deepest self-identity. And once again, the keeper of the castle waits in absolute, kind and loving patience for you to ask now any questions you might have, to ask of your higher self, because you know that you will now receive the answers to those questions. Answers, be they in the form of images, or sounds, or feelings. And each of the answers will have meaning and significance and understanding to your own deepest mind now. And the first question you might like to ask the keeper of the castle is, what is it that makes me truly happy? What is it that makes me truly happy? And as you take the time to experience the images and sounds and feelings that you might receive, when you are ready, you can ask your second question, which is, what is it that I can do that allows others to experience the same happiness? What behavior can I develop to share this happiness with others? And as you take the time to just receive those answers, in whatever form they may appear to you, or feel to you, or sound to you now, you can then ask your next question, which is, what lessons do I need to learn in this lifetime? What lessons do I need to learn in this lifetime? Or even, what is life teaching me most of all? And just receive the answers to you now, however they may come. And when you are ready, you can ask, what, if anything, is stopping me from reaching my full potential? What, if anything, is stopping me from reaching my full potential? And just receiving those answers. As you ask your next question, and how might I overcome these obstacles if they exist? How might I overcome these obstacles if they exist? And as you receive those answers, you can just take the time to integrate and accept all of the meanings that have been presented to you, however they may appear, because you know that you may return to this special place and this special library of answers, and to communicate with your special keeper of the castle at any time that you choose, should you just take the time to relax and go deeper once again. And as you continue to relax now, you find that you are now no longer seated in your secret library. Instead, you have moved to a new area. You are now standing atop the very highest roof of your castle. And up here on the castle parapets, looking out over the majestic scenery far, far below. And behind you, as you look back, standing there, is the ancient keeper of the castle, gently smiling, waving farewell to you. And as you take the time to thank the keeper for all of the answers that have been given to you, you know that it is now time to move onwards. And as you step and climb higher up one of the guard towers, moving so high, so very high up here in the atmosphere, so high that the mists of clouds now surround you, almost completely changing your view in all directions to one of pure white. And yet you feel so safe up here, so comfortably at ease, with a solid sense of calmness and safety. All of the time knowing that even if you were to step out past the castle walls, then something would catch you. Even if you were to step out past the castle walls, then you may even develop your own wings that would support you. As the pure whiteness of those misty clouds surrounds you and touches you, even the clouds themselves seem to support you and hold you, so much so that you almost feel as if you are floating right now in this wonderful instant. Deep down within you now, if you really listen, there is that new quiet voice within you, perhaps a voice that has been given to you as a brand new gift from the keeper of the castle. And I don't know exactly what that voice sounds like for you, but I do know, once again, that you do know, and that part of you knows. And as that quiet, gentle, calmly assured voice is saying to you now something new, and those words are, just step forward. Just step forward. out into the mist, out beyond those constraining walls of the castle, because physical, spatial limits no longer apply here in your special world. Surrounded by the beautiful clouds, just step forward and you will continue to be safe. You will continue to be perfectly secure, to take that small leap out into the beyond. And so as you do now, as you look down, it's almost as if you are watching someone else's foot move out from below you, and yet this is your foot stepping out forwards now. And it's almost as if you might be moving automatically out beyond the castle walls and out over the edge, continuing on into that beautiful mist beyond, moving forwards and onwards, and even before you realize, you are now out in the thin air, or is it thick air, and yet floating gently down, surrounded by those supporting white clouds, floating and drifting and dreaming down, so calm and secure, safe and relaxed, floating downwards until at first one foot and then the other foot touches down now upon a solid surface. And as you land and come to a stop somewhere within this white cloudy mist, you can now see and feel that you have landed upon the deck of a wonderful hot air balloon, and safe and secure here inside that giant basket of an enormous hot air balloon. And as you look around, you can see the ropes and the rigging and the red and blue and orange flame of the amazing fire burner that is sending all of that hot air straight up above you into that giant vacuum of balloon above you. And as you and your balloon vehicle drift now and float through 1,000 new clouds, with each one reflecting the piercing warmth of a beautiful glowing sun, the yellow rays shining through and touching down onto your arms and your face, gently caressing you and warming you from without and within. As each pass of the sun's new rays now relax you even more, and each gentle warm beam of light that touches your skin now sends into you the very deepest feelings of increased confidence and increased contentment and increased calmness and increased self-esteem. And you realize that everything and anything that may have previously bothered you far back there in that past and distant land before you touched down on this balloon and before you arrived at your secret castle, and before you moved through those 4 seasons along your starting journey, now just seem to be so very, very distant. And the more you try to remember any previous stresses or strife in your old life, the more relaxed and confident you now feel. And as you and your wonderful balloon continue to drift along, moving gently through the open and blue sky, all of the white clouds begin to slowly evaporate and disappear, dissolving and dissipating, moving out across the blue horizon of that endless blue sky. And they seem to take any and all of your troubles with them. And as you look up and around, you now notice something that has been with you here all along, something attached to one of the ropes coming down from above you, and one of the hot air balloon ballast ropes that is holding something especially for you. And as you reach up now to discover that there is a small silver and gold key that is tied onto that rope, or is it a gold and silver key? Such is the dazzling artistry of this key, that the ornate gold and silver metal swirls loop around and around each other. An ancient key from the art room of your castle. A key in a form of metal smithing that you have never in your life seen before, or even seen in this world or any other. And this otherworldly key, which you notice now has your name engraved in all its lettering along its side. This key is now in the palm of your outstretched hand, having easily untied itself almost with its own will, it seems. And yet you know deep within your mind and heart and every part of your being that this key now belongs to you, and that this key represents and reminds you of the answers to what you have been seeking. And this key is the reassurance you have been looking for, high and low and everywhere. And this ancient metal-smithed key from another time and another world is now in your possession. Return to you this gift from far away, this reminder of who you truly are. And up here, high above the surface of the earth, you have found your special key, and it is now yours to do with as you see fit, and yours to take anywhere, to unlock any door that may have stood in your way, locked previously before. All of those doors are now unlocking for you. And how relaxing is it now to fully understand the power of this key, so easily used by you from now until the end of time itself. You have returned to your key, and your key has returned to you. And as you take the time to relax and understand all of the new meanings and experiences you have had from this transformational session, in a moment I am going to count down from 5 to 1. And when I reach 1, you and your hot air balloon can touch down once again upon the ground, safe and secure and fully conscious once again. And if you are lying in bed right now, perhaps before you go to sleep at night, then just turn this recording off now and continue on to a deeply satisfying night's rest, where all of the deeper meanings of your hypnosis experience you will find will comfortably play out in your night's dreams, for you to remember when you awake and be pleasantly surprised at your new behaviors and new understandings and new experiences of calmness and joy and contentment. Or if you are planning to continue on with your day or evening, then just keep listening now. And so 5, coming gently back towards full conscious awareness. 4, feeling wonderful in each and every way, as every muscle and nerve in your entire body feels energized and refreshed and relaxed. And 3, coming back further towards full conscious mind alertness once again. And 2, on the next number I say, you will open your eyes feeling wonderfully good, as if your eyes have been bathed in fresh, clear spring water, re-energized and ready for your day or evening. And now 1, opening your eyes once again, refreshed and awake, and maybe you'll want to stretch or yawn just a little and waking yourself completely from another invigorating hypnosis session. And you've done incredibly well, congratulating yourself on the work and time you have given to yourself. Now knowing you can easily repeat and enjoy this session, easily going into trance and finding new insight and meaning whenever you hear my voice again, any time that you wish. And thank you once again for listening. Talk to you soon.